Three Corners is just your average small town, standing on the banks of a flood-prone river with a large pub anchoring the village at a once famous three-way intersection. Now it's simply convenient, as people chase the country dream, the country lifestyle, just not the unceasing agricultural workload. Population 2,000-ish. But like all small towns, scratch the surface and you'll be surprised at what you find underneath. In that sense, Three Corners is really no different to any other small town I know, except perhaps for some of the characters you might meet. The Bowlo. Times certainly had changed, he thought, looking out across the floor. The bowling club had undergone a rather posh revamp. The bowlers had a uniform now. The green was meticulously cared for. The rules were to be followed and gatherings had lost that casual come-and-go feel. Inside, the old kaleidoscope of vomit-coloured carpet had been replaced with bamboo flooring. The space was open and light, and the menu boasted both traditional and exotic cuisine. Well, exotic in a traditional sense, of course. The club knew its demographic well. Tables sat on average 8. There were a few 4s, a couple of 10s, but 8 was the usual congregation. 4 couples, a clutch of widows, a gaggle of greying bachelors. Conversation used to be a low hum that filled the area with a contented buzz, but now looking over the diners he only saw bent grey and white heads as people watched videos played on Facebook or passed Instagram accounts around to show their friends. What had once felt like a community had well and truly gone static. He went across to take an order. A few glances up between typing on the phone. No pleases, no thank yous, just a general air of distraction. He brought across the cutlery. Again, no conversation, no eye contact. 8 bowed heads, all paying homage to technology and lives that weren't their own. Last night, there was a texting war between tables. Insults were paired with smug looks fired off with the send button, turning pink and livid when reading the response. Both groups had left after 20 minutes and not a single word was spoken. He preferred it when they were trading words. He missed words. They used to bore him, set his teeth on edge, condescend or placate. He also missed tone. The smile in a voice, the laughter between friends. Now all the accompaniment he got in his job was the ding of the bell for order up and the continual beeping of text being typed simultaneously on 68 phones. Every single one with keyboard sounds enabled. He looked under the counter at the old bread baskets, a remnant of an age pre-gluten-free, yellow straw and seemed to be retro. Then he finally came to a decision. The next day, when people came in for their meals, those little yellow baskets sat on each table with a small, neat, laminated sign. Please place phones here. First to call, answer text, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube or Google will be responsible for the payment of the bill. Thank you. Management. It was the perfect conversation starter. Today's episode of Three Corners was produced by our maestro,
Postie,
and featured the spelt-like tones of Jack. For more stories, go to hittheroadjack.com.au or subscribe to the Three Corners podcast.